You are walking. There is a curved shape on the ground ahead, and before your brain has finished the word stick, your body has already flinched. Your heart is pounding. One foot is frozen in the air. Then you look again. It is a stick. It was always a stick. But for half a second, some older, faster part of you was absolutely certain it was a snake. And notice, it did not ask your permission. It moved your body before you even knew why. Here is what is strange about that. You are not born afraid of the things most likely to actually hurt you. Cars, stairs, wall sockets, a slow diet of junk food. Your brain shrugs at every one of them. But a legless reptile, or a small spider sitting in the corner of the bathroom, can hijack your entire nervous system in an instant. Why? Why these two, so specifically, in people who have never been bitten, in tiny children, in cultures on every continent? The answer is one of the oldest fears that exists. Older than humans. Older than apes. It reaches all the way back to small, furry creatures hiding in the dark, trying very hard not to be eaten. Let's start with the snake. Go back around 100 million years. Our ancestors are not impressive. They are small, nocturnal mammals, roughly the size of a rat scurrying through the undergrowth. And they share that world with a brand new kind of enemy. Snakes. Snakes were among the very first serious predators to hunt our ancestors. And they hunted in a way nothing else did. No claws to hear, no heavy footsteps, no roar. Just a still, silent shape in the leaves that you either spotted in time or you did not. You could not outrun what you could not see. You could not fight it. Against a snake, there was really only one survival skill that mattered. Notice it first. And this is the heart of a striking idea from the biologist Lynne Isbell. She argues that snakes were such a relentless danger for so long that they helped shape the primate brain itself, that the pressure to spot a snake, fast, hidden, motionless, pushed our ancestors toward sharper, more detailed vision. Think about that for a moment. We may see the world in the rich, sharp way we do, partly because the ones who saw snakes clearly are the ones who lived to have children. So the eyes got better. But evolution did something cleverer too. It built a shortcut. Deep in your brain sits a small, almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. It is your threat alarm, and it is wired to a fast lane, a rough, high-speed visual pathway that can react to a shape before the slow, thoughtful part of your brain has even identified it. That is why you jump at the stick. The alarm fires first. The explanation arrives late. Your body would rather waste 100 flinches at sticks than miss the one real snake. But here is the part that surprises most people. You were probably not born terrified of snakes. Not exactly. In a famous set of experiments, monkeys raised in a lab who had never seen a snake in their lives were completely calm around them at first. No fear at all. But then they watched another monkey react with panic to a snake. Just once. And in that instant, the fear installed itself. Deep and lasting. Now here is the twist. Researchers tried to teach those same monkeys to fear a flower the exact same way. A frightened reaction, paired with a flower. And it did not stick. The brain simply refused to be scared of a flower. So the fear is not fully pre-written. It is preloaded. You come into the world ready to learn a fear of snakes almost instantly, from the smallest hint, while a fear of harmless things barely takes at all. Scientists call it a prepared fear, and you can watch that readiness switch on in children. In one clever study, researchers showed young kids a screen full of pictures, flowers, frogs, and caterpillars, and hidden among them, a single snake. The children found the snake faster than they found any of the harmless things. Their attention snapped straight to it like a magnet. The old wiring, already humming, in a 3-year-old who has never met a snake. Which brings us finally to the spider. The spider is the snake's controversial little cousin. The evidence here is messier, and scientists still argue about it. Some spiders, after all, really are venomous, and for a small, soft ancestor, a hidden bite could be deadly. So the same logic may apply. Notice the small, dangerous thing. Fast. But the fear of spiders may also be partly borrowed. A kind of overflow from the same threat system, spreading to another small, scuttling, many-legged shape that lurks where you do not expect it. In one study, 6-month-old babies, far too young to have learned it, showed a small spike of stress, a widening of the pupils, at pictures of spiders. The jury is still out, but the pattern rhymes. Now step back and look at the whole strange machine. You are carrying a threat detector that was tuned with brutal precision for a world of tall grass and dark burrows, a world where a hidden snake was a genuine, everyday cause of death. And to be fair, in much of the world it still is. Snake bites kill around 100,000 people every year. The fear was never stupid. But look at where you actually live now. The things most likely to end your life are not coiled in the grass. They have wheels, or filters, or a plug. And your ancient alarm has almost nothing to say about any of them. So you will gasp at a harmless spider on the ceiling and feel nothing at all sliding your hand toward a third slice of cake, or a cigarette, or your phone at 70 miles an hour. Your fear is not broken. It is just old. It is a perfectly preserved museum piece, still firing at full strength, aimed at a world that has mostly moved on. That jolt you feel at the curved stick is not a flaw in you. It is a message from 100 million years ago, still arriving, right on time. It kept a tiny, frightened mammal alive long enough to eventually become you. So the next time a shape in the corner makes you jump before you can think, don't feel silly. That reflex is older than your species, and it has an almost perfect record. It just hasn't quite caught up to the fact that the grass is now a carpet. And if you enjoyed pulling this fear apart, stick around. There is a whole lot more of your behavior we can blame on evolution.